we're going back about 36 hours ago into the Wayback Machine. Just so you know. Man, I love these tumbleweeds. They get a party and a fire started quickly. Cheers. And welcome to the Wayback Machine. We're going to prep about 12 hours before we cook, maybe 13 or 14, who knows. I have a pair of gloves. Sharpest knife in my arsenal is right here. This is the Pit Barrel Company knife that they sent. This is our picanha. I'm going to show you something as soon as I get this out of the package, something that is very alarming and surprised the heck out of me. You'll see in a minute, so let's get things going. Stick around. Because this fat cap is so dangerously small, I'm going to have to go just not too deep with this knife. I just sharpened it too, so this may be somewhat of a challenge. I'm going to do that. I'm going to score it like this. But wait, there's more. I'm actually also going to score the meat side because we have a special ingredient, a long lost old friend of an ingredient that will be going into this. And I'm doing an overnight brine. So, like I said, I don't want to go too deep on this. I may put a little here, just for giggles, you know, grins and giggles, I think is what they say. I'm going to move this off to the side just for a moment, just about there, because we have a secret ingredient. Something that is no longer available. Something that I wish we had more of. This is what probably very easily could be the very last bit of Tango Spice Cajun rub. I know Sal had some. That's been like 2 or 3 months ago. Well, maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. But yeah, his was about half full from what I could tell. And this one also, focus camera, is only about half full. And I just might be using most of this. Should have heard what I said several times. I had to cut out of this video. I keep calling it a tri-tip. No. Here we go. We're going to go heavy, 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 heavy on the rub. We want that Cajun flavor on this. Never made a Cajun infused or Cajun flavor infused picanha before. And I'm actually going to spread some on the board here. Park it there while I'm working on this side. Because like I said, this bad rabbit's getting infused like no other picanha has ever been infused before. Yep. Just going to lap it up. And that rub smells good, and I can tell already that it wants to play nice with this picanha. Yeah. Hey Joe, we got to bring this back, man. We are going to use a zipper bag, and I'm going to drop this into the zipper bag for an overnight brine. To make this a memorable barbecue, not only are we using the Tango Spice that probably pretty soon you can't acquire anymore, I'm also using these guys. That's right, we're going to cedar plank smoke this picanha. I don't know if or how many or whatever people have done this. These are 2 of the last Nature's Choice cedar planks that I bought from Larry way back like 10 or 12, well, it's been more than that. It's probably about 12, 13 years ago. And I've been hanging on to these because these are for special occasions. This picanha needs to have cedar smoke infused. So we're going to do that tomorrow. I'm going to start, I think I'm going to start soaking them tonight. So yeah. So there we go. This is going to be good. Stick around. All right, through the miracle of time and stiff north breeze, kind of speeds you up a little bit. The fire's ready. Remember these? These are the 2 Nature's Choice cedar planks that I started soaking about 36, 37 hours ago. And they're still soaking. So let's get them on the grill, get them smoking, and move on to the next step. And as the snow begins to fall a little bit, we get our Nature's Choice cedar planks right over the fire. I have spread the coals out just a little bit, just enough for this cook. And as the cedar begins to pop just like I'd like it to, here we go. Oh, look at that, huh? That's the Tango Spice Cajun rub. It's infused for 36, 37, maybe 38 hours. And I don't know if you could tell or not, but I've kind of spread the coals out so that we get even cooking. We don't want to get this too hot too fast. And I've got the lower vents cranked down halfway, and this vent is cranked down halfway. So we're going to cook this low and slow until it reaches an internal temperature of about 125 to 130 degrees. And then the magic begins. That's when we sear it. So stick around, huh? Man, that cedar's smelling good on a cold winter day. This is gonna rock. Hey, I almost forgot this. Oh yeah, she shrank up a little bit. A lot, actually. It's time for the sear. So we're gonna take this, get rid of these cedar planks. You did your job well. Anyway, I'm gonna bank the coals a little bit closer to the center here as they're burning out. We want all the heat concentrated right here in the middle. That should go there. That should go there. All right.
A few moments later.
Oh yeah, that's what we want right there. This is our final sear. Oh yeah. The barbecue gods are smiling. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that. All right, we're gonna finish this up real quick, take it inside. I'm gonna let it rest until I take it across town. I might take Pitmaster privilege. We don't know. Anyway, see ya.